And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned,
Head wound? Yes! That's so creepy!
It's already quite clear.
Who is it then?
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is a fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
No, I forgot how to play this damn game. This big white line is not appearing as sharp area. Triple to disappear as a hit lines and your dip. Okay, there's no noise to get in the way. Press X button, touch sounds, shoot down the white noise. Mark the sounds as white noise. And sounds out. Oh, but I should get it. White noise and which is about sounds.
The culprit is Genocide Jack, I'm sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it. No, it's wrong!
I
What you said?
might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the
Rondo.
archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Food lust.
Bro.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic. And it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Fucking forgot how the fuck this shit works. Let me just. There's a mistake in the position of the body. I don't remember.
I got it!
I got it right. Oh, thank God.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Hold on, I gotta. There we go.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Bitch.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
I understand it. I don't give a fuck. Oh, please don't make me fucking do this. I don't remember how to do it. Okay, God. Yeah, I don't remember how to do this shit. I don't remember how to do this. He shoot the wrong way. Him and Gilly will take damage and influence. For the case focus. Concentration. So. Fuck. I forgot. Bitch. Scissors. Oh. How the fuck you spell it? E-R? Oh wait. fuck is it then? I don't fucking remember. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up.
I refuse to give up yet.
I forgot how to fucking do this. This is why I fucking hate Hangman Gambit. It's S-C-H-Z. S-C. S. C. What the fuck is it then?
Now I understand.
Hey, the O is totally by accident. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
It only took me 2 tries.
Oh, okay. But
Second time's the
still,
charm.
to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable.
Oh,
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Personality is to do with her.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Okay, what was that, blood? Ending in the bottom, a sea of truth and the web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
Tone without permission.
Hey, you're a bitch.
Not to mention,
I don't
once
like
she
the other
regained
side.
consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderers.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
She told him.
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
I fucking hate you sometimes, I really do.
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Guess what? You're a bitch.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first.
Don't you want to? Didn't you want to be
You
like
said
him?
that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
I mean, hell, who doesn't want to be like Red?
I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Never said that.
That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing. could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well,
There's only
the
one way to
opening
tell that
act
it
is
was
nearly
Genocide
finished.
Jack.
All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean.
Yes, we do mean her. Took his body silently lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom. But in the next second. What up, Genocide Jill?
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? Yes! What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is Mercy Theme, Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true? Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
Maybe she's totally right about that, but there's something still bothering me. What is it? What she said. I need to get some more details about all of this. Status of the dead body. Triangles the shoot.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi,
no.
that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
Let's see here.
Give it up. You killed her.
No, because I wanted to see.
Sorry, but
You say that.
Perhaps if you had an...
Oh, an alibi!
When you compare the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up.
How the fuck
You
did it
killed her.
miss?
Sorry, but
You say that.
That's a bullshit.
Perhaps if you had an...
Oh,
an alibi.
When you compare your past, the modus operandi matches.
Come on. Thank you.
No, it's wrong. Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things.
As you can see, it's only men.
Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
I don't.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense.
Mondo. So they would pin it on Toko, so he could get out. Hold on. Yeah, put it different.
I got it!
Yeah.
For one,
say it again.
the cause of death is different.
How did Mondo know about Genocide Jack?
How do you know about Genocide Jack?
Yeah.
I don't fucking remember.
In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
When she was suspended, what was you suspended?
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there. Just wait.
Pattern.
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
I got it! Is it